Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Clayton Echard and Rachel Recchia's experience on Perfect Match was equally dramatic as their Bachelor Nation journey. Rachel, 29, was chosen as a new arrival during the second episode by A.D. Smith and Ollie Sutherland for a date with Freddie Powell, a former Love is Blind UK star. After their healthy painting date, she strolled into the villa and found Clayton, 32, already present. Rachel and Clayton were surprised to see each other, with the former Bachelor star stating that they last met over a year ago and ended up in a good place. Rachel was one of Clayton's last two women on this season of The Bachelor. He informed Rachel and fellow finalist Gabby Windey that he loved and had sex with both of them, but he later discovered his feelings for eliminated participant Susie Evans were greater, so he ended the series to pursue her. "I am glad to see you," Clayton informed Rachel in a private talk. "I didn't expect to see someone I knew here. It's crazy. It's a rush, and to be honest, even though I thought I was over it, seeing you here has reopened things. This isn't like, oh, I'm meeting you for the first time tonight. We come with a lot of history," he explained. "I just care about you. Like, I do. I feel like I wounded you so much, and I don't want to do that to you, but I think that everything occurs for a purpose. I am here for a reason, and so are you. I believe we should match." Rachel, who was concerned about being harmed by Clayton for the second time, agreed to put aside her reservations and give the former football player another chance. The next day, Rachel and Clayton competed in a blindfolded kissing contest with their Perfect Match peers. While she enjoyed their heated kisses, Clayton selected Sandy Gallagher, a character from The Ultimatum, as his best kiss, and they were assigned a date. Clayton informed a now-crying Rachel, "I can't drag something out because I respect you. My intuition was telling me that this was not going to work between us, and I don't want to hurt you." The pilot, for her part, began crying as she told Clayton that it was so mean to put her in the same situation for the third time. Rachel fled the room in sobs before he could explain what had gone wrong. Clayton and Sandy later decided to send Rachel on a date when they walked into the boardroom to choose new arrivals, bringing in Love Island UK. The compatible pair also chose to send A.D. Smith on a date with J.R. Warren from The Ultimatum. When Rachel returned home from her date, Clayton expressed his desire that she finds happiness somewhere. Rachel rematched with Scott, 24, leaving Clayton single and eliminated. Rachel Recchia sat cross-legged on the edge of her daybed, gazing at the moonlight casting soft ripples across the villa pool. The air was heavy with tropical humidity and the residual ache of disappointment. She absent-mindedly twisted the ring she wore on her right hand, the only piece of jewelry she hadn't taken off since arriving. It wasn't sentimental, at least not originally. But tonight, everything felt like it bore meaning. It had been a whirlwind of a week, already so much faster-paced and emotionally charged than her time on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Nothing had prepared her for what it would feel like to walk into the villa and see Clayton Echard. Again. He had looked good. That was the first thing she hated herself for noticing. Broad shoulders, bright eyes, that familiar dimple in his left cheek when he smiled nervously, he looked like a man she'd tried so hard to forget. A man who had made her feel on top of the world one moment and like a shattered reflection of herself the next. Their initial conversation had been surprisingly calm, even warm. When he said he was glad to see her, she had believed him. When he said things happened for a reason, she wanted to scream. But when he said he still cared, something softened in her chest. And maybe, deep down, she still cared too. That's why she had given him another chance. That's why, despite every cautionary voice in her head, she had agreed to match with him. It had felt brave at the time, romantic even. Now it just felt foolish. Scott, the 24-year-old bartender from Miami with a surfer's charm and sweet demeanor, had been kind to her after Clayton's second rejection. But the spark wasn't there, not like it still was, frustratingly, with Clayton. Rachel's chest tightened. "You put me in this position again," she said, her voice breaking. "Clayton, do you understand how mean that is? This is the third time I've been here with you. And every time." Her eyes blurred with tears. Clayton reached out, but she stepped back. Her instinct was to flee, and she did, walking away quickly, trying to keep her breathing steady as cameras followed. The villa whispered. Some contestants avoided eye contact, others traded knowing glances. Clayton moved on with Sandy, even going into the boardroom with her to choose new arrivals. In a twist of almost cruel irony, they selected a new Love Island UK contestant and arranged for Rachel to go on yet another date. Clayton, in a confessional later, said, "I hope Rachel finds happiness. I mean that. I just know it's not going to be with me here." And in perfect match's ruthless way, the tables turned quickly. Rachel matched with Scott, a 24-year-old contestant, and Clayton found himself without a match. In the elimination that followed, Clayton's time in the villa ended. Rachel didn't say much when he left. Neither did he. But the villa wasn't quiet after his departure. Chalk, for his part, nodded along but spoke less. "We're happy as we are," he added. "We don't feel pressure to prove anything to anybody." His words were meant to reassure, but for some, they hinted at complacency. The lack of urgency, while understandable, also meant there was less momentum driving them toward the altar. It wasn't lost on fans that the Bachelorette franchise's track record with marriage was abysmal. Out of 21 seasons, only 4 couples from the main series were still together. Joan and Chalk were pioneers in the Golden spin-off, but that didn't shield them from the same pressures and pitfalls. Social media chatter grew louder with each week they went without a joint appearance. Posts speculating on a quiet breakup began circulating in fan forums, though both Joan and Chalk continued to follow each other online, and neither had removed photos from their engagement. Behind the scenes, friends of the couple insisted that nothing dramatic had happened, they simply lived in different states and valued their independence. "They're not broken up," one source told a Bachelor fan account. "They just aren't in each other's pockets all the time. It's a long-distance engagement, and that works for them." Still, long-distance arrangements can be precarious, and fans who had hoped for a Golden Bachelor wedding special were starting to temper their expectations. Adding to the complexity was the question of living arrangements. On Golden Hour, the hosts asked bluntly if Joan and Chalk had discussed moving in together. Joan laughed softly. "That's another big step we're not ready for yet," she admitted. "We've talked about it in a very general sense, but we both love where we live." Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.